It was a quiet Saturday morning, and I had just returned home after a long deployment overseas. All I wanted was a peaceful day with my family and maybe some time to wash my truck. Since the driveway was already full with my wife's car and my son's motorcycle, I decided to park temporarily along the edge, partly blocking my own driveway while unloading some gear. It was my house, my driveway, and my property, or so I thought that was enough to keep anyone else from caring. Barely 15 minutes later, I heard the shrill voice of a woman outside. "Excuse me, you can't park there." I turned to see a woman standing across the street, arms folded, phone in hand. She was the textbook definition of a Karen, overly confident, loud, and ready to enforce rules that didn't concern her. I calmly replied, "Ma'am, this is my driveway." But she wasn't having it. "I don't care whose driveway it is. You're blocking the sidewalk and it's against the law. I'm calling the police." Before I could say another word, she was already dialing. I shrugged and went back to unloading boxes. I had faced worse confrontations in desert storms and tense border zones. This was nothing. Within 10 minutes, a patrol car rolled up. The officer stepped out, his expression caught between amusement and mild annoyance. Karen rushed to him, pointing at me as if she had caught a dangerous criminal. "There, that man. He's parked illegally and refusing to move." The officer walked over, greeted me politely, and asked, "Sir, is this your property?" I handed him my ID, which clearly showed both my name and address, the same numbers etched on the house behind me. His eyes widened slightly when he noticed my military credentials. "Colonel, I'm sorry to bother you," he said respectfully. I smiled and told him there was no problem, that I was just unloading some gear. Karen's face twisted in confusion. "Wait, you're a colonel?" she stammered. The officer turned to her and said firmly, "Ma'am, this gentleman owns the property. There's no violation here." She turned red, muttered something about rules being rules, and stormed back to her house. As the police car pulled away, I couldn't help but chuckle. Of all the battles I fought, this one was by far the most absurd. A skirmish over my own driveway, led by a self-appointed neighborhood enforcer. Later that evening, my wife joked, "Maybe next time you should wear your uniform so the Karens know who they're dealing with." I just laughed and said, "Nah, I'd rather they find out the hard way."